webinar on electric vehicle battery charging circuit design, right? So basically, like what is about battery charging circuit and how is it related to electric vehicle and the design of the EV charging system. We are going to check it over here. So initially we'll be going with the introduction to electric vehicle, then charging systems, what are the different topologies of the charging, and later on at the end we'll be I will be introducing you with the uh, like actual charger design circuit, like what are the block diagrams, which are the components inside the battery charging circuit system. Fine. So first, like we'll check out on the current trends in electric vehicle, like why everyone is moving towards the electric vehicle, and there is a currently boom in education as well as the industry. Like the reason behind it is like there are multiple startups even coming up, and multiple OEMs are working in the field of electric vehicle. And if I say, then basically Tesla has revolutionized basically the electric vehicle domain. Like previously Tesla was working in the battery charging domain, and for the EVs. Then we in India also we have seen a lot of trends in the electric vehicle, like in two-wheeler, three-wheelers, in buses, cars, e-cars, like that. Like even if you go in Chandigarh or in Agra or in Nagpur, there you would be able to see a lot of electric three-wheelers working on. Then but the most important thing in India currently is like though you are able to see a lot of two-wheelers in electric domain, but mostly all the components which are used in this electric vehicles are currently imported. So there we come into picture. Like here, uh, the engineers play a major role currently, because now to make the vehicle more cheaper and available to a larger crowd of the Indian population, we have to make sure that we actually manufacture, design all our electric components in house, or basically in India. So this is actually basic trend which is going in electric vehicle in India, and there are like many companies which are working in this domain, like in two-wheeler domain. If I talk about Ether Energy, Hero Electric, Okaya, then Okinawa, Torque Motorcycle based in Pune. There are more number of startups I can just if I count currently. And in the OEMs, if I talk about, then Maruti Suzuki is working on it, Bajaj Auto is working, TVS is working, and they have even collaborated with the various startups in the electric vehicle domain. Now, if we check about the scope of EV charging, specifically if we talk about EV charging, then I just want to tell you that can you just imagine how many petrol pumps are there in India? Just if you go outside on the road in a half a kilometer or a kilometer, you will find a petrol pumps, right? So if you can imagine the electric vehicle ecosystem 5 year down the line or 10 years down the line, you will be finding the same scenario which is currently with the petrol pumps. Like you will be finding electric charging infrastructure, uh, maybe in your house, maybe in your complex, in your offices, in public parks, public domains, everywhere you will be finding it. So considering the population of our country, the landscape of our country, there is a huge opportunity for EV charging currently. And if we check out like currently where we stand in EV industry, I would like to say that currently we are just born, or we can say we are just in our nascent stage, just we are starting to grow, and it's huge opportunity waiting for us to go in this domain and pursue. And for this, for like basically promoting the electric vehicles and electric charging infrastructure, government of India is promoting a huge amount of money on it. It has recently, like for more than 4 to 5 years, they have given a scheme of fame. Initially it was fame 1 and now it's fame 2, where they give various discounts on buying the electric vehicles. So both government of India and individual state governments are working very hard on promoting the electric vehicles. So if I talk about the scope of getting jobs, getting employments, getting entrepreneurship, then EV charging domain is a very huge domain. Now, in the next slide, I would discuss with you like what are the basic models which are currently applied in this EV charging, specific to business models. If I talk about, then EV charger, the main manufacturers which actually manufacture the PCBs of the charger and the complete charger, that is one of the domain. Then second thing is EV charger leasing. Basically nowadays, this charger OEMs, they lease the chargers. They don't actually sell the chargers, but in some parts they lease the charger to make sure it remains in a service type of model. Then there is a component supply chain available for this EV charging, because currently I am actually designing a electric vehicle charger, and I know that how many new components are coming up in this charger domain. Like it's not like I go to any automobile ancillary shop and I can get the component for my EV charger. So there is a completely new domain for this supply chain management in terms of electric charger components, from its charger connectors to the MOSFETs to all the other components which are used inside the charger. Then comes the public charging service providers. Say basically we can say that in malls, then in hospitals, there will be the companies coming up with the charging providers, or like the service of providing the charging. Then there are software applications related to the data analysis, then machine learning, artificial intelligence related to EV charging, that they will in that apps generally it's like you will be shown that how many charging centers are available nearby you, and all this stuff are you can see as a business model in the electric vehicle charger, right? And the last one is the highway charging service. Now, like latest government of India has given one notice that you can keep electric vehicle chargers at around every 3 kilometers on a highway. So just imagine how much is the length of highway in our country, and just divide by 3. That many numbers of electric chargers are possible in India. Right? Now, if we check currently who are the major OEMs providing the electric vehicle charger, then the biggest globally are the ABB and the Siemens and even the Delta. And if we talk about India, then Exicom Power Solutions, then Okaya, EBQ Point, and many other like Magenta Power is there. They are all working in this domain. And also all the OEMs like Bajaj Auto, Ashok Leyland, Renault, and even Tata Power, they are working on the EV charging systems. Right? Now, if we talk about the battery charging, now actually what is a battery? Battery, we can say it is a type of portable energy storage device like we have in our mobile phones, right? Like we charge the battery for some time, and we can use that mobile phone for some 2 to 5 hours based on our capacity of the battery, right? So when it is a portable type of energy storage, there is always need of recharging that system, right? So that's why we actually require a battery charger. Now, which are the typical applications of battery charging? Not just talking about electric vehicle. Then if we check out, then there are automobile starter batteries, mobile phones, laptops, telecom industry, then in cameras and all the IoT systems, what we can think of, they all have batteries inside them. So all that batteries might be lithium ion battery or lead acid battery or nickel metal hydride batteries may be there, but every battery requires a charger. So for different power levels, different voltage levels, the charging methods are different, charging levels are different, charging topologies are different. We'll be checking out in the coming slides on that. But the peculiar, one of the peculiar thing about a lithium ion battery charging is the profile of charging of those batteries. Now, here in lithium ion batteries, they focus on the CCCV profile, because all the lithium ion batteries, they satisfy only a single type of standard profile of charging, that is CCCV. What is CCCV? Basically CCCV is constant current constant voltage profile. So this profile will be learning in more detail in the coming slide. So just introducing you with the battery charging, like why do we need a battery charging, what are the typical applications of the batteries, and what type of charging profile would be required, because this profile is very much necessary while designing or developing our battery charger, right? Now if we check out like in EV charging infrastructure, then basically like we can divide the charging into two major types. One is actual charging, like plug-in charging I can say, and the second type is the battery swapping. Fine. First, if I take the plug-in charging, basically plug-in charging means that we have to actually connect a wire plug to the electric socket, and there would be a charger module either outside the vehicle or inside the vehicle, and it will transfer the electricity to charge the batteries inside the electric vehicle, right? So this is basically a type of plug-in charging we can talk of. Now in this charging we can further divide it into two types. One can be an off-board charging and on-board charging. Now, off-board charging means that the charger is outside the vehicle. It is not a part of a vehicle. Like it is outside the vehicle. So any charger which is there, it can charge any type of vehicle. So simply we can understand by this thing that an off-board charger is a charger which is standing on the pole or outside the vehicle. And on the next side, it is on-board charging, means that you are taking the charger with you on the vehicle. So the advantage of it is whenever you are like extinguished with your charge, you can easily charge your vehicle. Just you need is an electric socket. Just electricity, a 230 volt or a 415 volt you require, a socket you require, and you can charge your batteries anywhere, wherever you are, right? Now in case of off-board charging, I would elaborate, then they actually, there is no compactness of the space required. Like basically there is no constraint on the size of the battery charger. So you can actually have a very high powerful battery charger, and generally the high power battery chargers, they come up with the DC chargers. And this DC charger and AC charger we'll be checking out in the later stages, in the later slides. But this DC chargers, I would like to say that they are specifically currently used by electric buses, electric trucks, where the battery pack is very huge and you need to charge the batteries very fast. So at that in those type of applications, basically public vehicles and uh, cars, buses, the higher power applications generally use the DC chargers. Now, in the onboard charging, if we see, basically it's a AC charging points required, because I said that you just need a electricity socket. Uh, Basically, in our residential, we have a 230-volt AC supply, single phase. While if you are in an industrial area, you might be having 415 3 phase. Or also nowadays you get in residential also you get 3 phase AC supplies, so that you can be using it for charging your vehicle through onboard charging. Right now, taking on the next stage on the battery swapping. So basically, previously we talked about the plug-in type of charging. Now we are going to learn about the battery swapping. So battery swapping is basically a new concept where uh, you don't need to keep your vehicle for charging for some 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours. It's just similar to a petrol pump station where you just go fill up your petrol or a diesel in 2 to 5 minutes and you are ready for running for next 200 kilometers, right? So similarly, how does this battery swapping work? Means your discharged battery will be removed and a completely charged battery will be inserted to your vehicle. So that discharge battery will again go inside the charging station for charging, and you will be running with a fully charged battery. So this is basically a concept of battery swapping, and this concept is basically more implemented by one company in Taiwan. Is there Taiwan or South Korea, I don't remember. They are like they are using in their two-wheelers, and in two-wheeler applications they are using this battery swapping system. Now in the and this battery swapping can easily be used in commercial vehicle as well as in the passenger vehicles. And the mode of swapping the batteries like side swapping and the rear swapping of the batteries they have mentioned. And specifically, the use case of this battery swapping you can use in the BRTS application, the local buses application, then the cab aggregators like Ola, Uber, where similar type of vehicles are there and similar type of batteries are there. There, this battery swapping technology or the battery swapping concept can easily be implemented. So this is all about overview of the EV infrastructure, like EV charging infrastructure to be specific, that how the charging methods are, how the types of charging are available. Fine. Now, if we check out the charging levels, so basically globally, if I say, then uh, the charging of the electric vehicle currently it's been divided into three stages based on the power level it consumes. So the first level is the AC level 1, where the charging voltage is 120 volt and the current is 12 to 16 amperes. So basically it's a low power method of charging stations. It's around 1.4 to 1.9 kilowatts, and the charging time for the vehicle is around 3 to 5 miles of range per hour. Now if we go in the mid level of the charging systems, then the voltage level is around 240 volt AC supply. So basically in India, we get 240 volt AC supply in our residential homes, and there generally we use this second type of charging level. And the ampere availability is from 12 to 80 amperes, but generally in single phase AC supply in India, we generally don't go beyond 20 to 25 amperes, because practically we had observed that moving beyond 20 to 25 amperes in current, then there is a like huge dip in the voltages in the homes. So generally we use a lesser power. Generally we go up to 3 kilowatts for charging the vehicles in mid power or level 2 of the charging, but it is more faster than the level 1, where 10 to 20 miles you can charge per hour, right? And the fastest one is the DC fast charger. So basically in this DC fast charger, directly from the charging station, DC power will be coming out and it will be directly charging the batteries. So the AC to DC conversion takes place directly inside the charging station that is stored or that is being placed outside the vehicle. So generally these DC fast chargers are used for charging the electric buses, electric trucks, electric cars, the high-end electric cars. They generally use this fast charging. And in this fast charging, ABB is being like they have like taken out the chargers with the fast charging solutions, and they have the charging loads around typically 50 kilowatts. Basically it's 50 kilowatts of charging instantaneously. It's a very huge power, and you can charge your 80% of your vehicle within 20 to 30 minutes. But this data, even I think it's being further more precisely, if I say, then nowadays in 8 to 10 minutes they are claiming that they are charging around 80% of the batteries. That also depends on the